What's going on, everybody? It's Durka. Whataweeb bringing you a new Should You Pull video. Yeah, it's been a little while. We've been pretty busy. We've had a lot of reruns in the past. I missed Sherlock because I was just busy. But hey, we're back, and we're back at such a perfect time with Summer 2. So Summer 2 will be pretty much out by the time this video is up. But I thought it was still worth making a video on this. So we're here to discuss our next 5-star Summer servant, Summer Nero, or Summer Umu, Nero Caster, whatever you want to call her. Nero's a great waifu, by far, easily pretty good waifu. And by default, Summer servants are awesome anyway. And as a multi-target buster caster, Summer Umu coming in with all of her glory. Very fun character, I think. And here's just my opinion on her. If you're hyped, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, become a weeb today. But yeah, once again, my opinion. If you think I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, let's just jump right into her card setup. So she's got the 1 quick, 2 arts, 2 buster card setup. Already a little different from a lot of casters because she has 2 arts cards instead of 3, which is just nice. She can bust her Brave Chain with her NP, which is something you can't really say a lot of the time for a lot of casters. So she has 4 hits on the quick card, 6 on the arts, and 2 on the buster with another 6 on her EX. Her arts card's NP gain is ridiculous. 6 hits, and just like her general NP gain is wow. Okay, like why not? Yeah, screw it. Breaking away from that triple arts caster, normality she can be run with a lot other teams to have better chains, pretty much, which is actually kind of nice because you can run her with like Maraiku, Gilgamesh, other characters who also share that card setup to help her out a little bit. She actually works with a lot of characters, card setup wise. Unfortunately, she does have that caster class modifier, so that buster Brave Chain that she can potentially do will help negate some of that damage loss. But she already has a nice role as an AoE caster, which is already rare. So jumping into her skills. Skill 1, Runaway Privilege EX. Charges her own NP gauge. If HP is less than 50%, increase NP gen by 30 to 50% at max for 3 turns. Alright, a 50% NP charge skill is always solid to have. Think of like something like Ishtar, right? She has all these other parts to it, but the main thing is that charge that you get. The NP gen bonus is nice as well. It's not super important. If you can get it off, go for it. If you can't, no need risking yourself being at low HP just to get an NP gen buff off. If you want a CE that gives you most of your MP charge, kind of like Kaleido, you could save it, take some damage, then pop this, after your first NP. But it doesn't really matter, on a 6-turn cooldown, it's pretty solid. The NP gain on command is always a good skill. This is easily probably at least her second best skill to level up. Yeah. So next, skill 2. 7 crowns C. Increase own attack for 3 turns. Increase own defense for 3 turns. And ignores own defense class disadvantage for 3 turns. That's wild. A 5-turn cooldown. So this is a 3-turn buff on a 5-turn CD. So just to explain to you guys like why this skill is so good. 1, it's probably my favorite skill from her. I love the skill. The attack and defense bonus is first of all 30% for 3 turns, which is pretty solid. And then the defense class disadvantage for 3 turns is pretty much when taking damage, Nero will not take extra damage from Zerkers, Riders, or Alter Egos for 3 turns. So normally they'd have a 1.5 to 2 times modifier on Nero. Well, instead they'll be doing 1 times damage, just like every other class to her, for 3 turns. That uptime is very good. Attack buff, defense buff, class defense, resist buff. The skill literally has it all. It's amazing. Oh my god. Umu. Umu. That's all I can say. Now skill 3. Undying Magus A. Alright, so this grants one ally gut status 1 time for 3 turns, bringing them back at 1 HP. And it increases their attack for 3 turns, but up to 50%, if I read that correctly, on a 7-turn cooldown. That is really good. The skill is huge. A 50% targetable attack buff with guts. Like, even Ishtar doesn't have that, and it's a personal attack buff. This is really strong. This is like stupid strong. Like overkill. Like if this was Buster up, she would be broken. Like she would just be completely broken because she already has an attack buff in her kit. So if she had a Buster buff and an NP damage buff before she pops her NP, that'd just be a lot of damage. Maybe that's why they made an attack buff in and lets her play a more supportive role. If she's not going to be the main damage dealer, well, pass it on to someone else, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Very good skill. Maybe not the biggest priority skill, but very good skill. Going into those passives, quickly, of course. Riding B for 8% quick buff. Kinda whatever. She is a caster with 1 quick card. Doesn't really matter. Territory creation A+, though, for 11% more arts. Whatever. Well, which helps for building up NP. Just further helps her whole gain process. And then she has item construction odd, EX, which increases own healing received by 10%, which just helps that Merlin pairing that she has already, being a Buster servant, just makes it even better. Makes it even more stupid. Like, honestly, just makes it more dumb. But that's okay. That's okay. Here's the NP, though. Lauda lentum domus illustrious. Golden Theater praised in song. Alright, this is a rank A anti-army 5-hit Buster NP. 1, it ignores invincibility, for 1 turn in the beginning, and deals damage to everybody. On overcharge, it also increases NP damage for 1 turn, starting at 20%. So that's not even like a bad buff, like 20% at overcharge 1. I was like, okay, that's actually not terrible. But this NP itself is just really good. It's just a really solid, it's a cookie cutter multi-target NP, but like, the ignore invincible means you can fire it off as much as you want, whenever you want, unless they have stacking and defense buffs. Overcharging it is also very effective because you can get that bigger NP damage modifier. And this isn't even really mentioning how the NP itself looks, because I love this NP. Umu is just so happy, so smug while she's firing off this freaking crazy ass, I don't even know what to call it, her freaking theater. But no, yeah, it's super over the top. It's happy, and it just fits. It fits Umu like perfectly. And I like that with different ascensions, the actual animation will be different as well. So like, with her long hair or her pigtails, depending on which ascension you're using, it'll be a different version of Nero, which is just very nice that they're spending time to do something like that. Alright, let's talk about her traits super quick. You know how this is. Typical caster spread. Her attack is slightly higher than Ilya's, who is another offensive caster, but her HP is lower. Considering casters aren't known for their amazing stats, though, we can kind of just let it be. For as far as casters go, she's fine. Her traits-wise, she's fine. Moving on to the Cs. Alright, I think it's one of the most important parts. So, one, we have Black Grail. Nero with this is just a monster. She wants to loop her NP, so having that extra chunk of damage each time is fantastic. Other good targets would be for Sunrise, so you have that Buster boost and potentially first turn NP. I like our Conquest on the Ocean of Stars, I believe that's what it's called, because it gives Buster an NP gen. Not many people may have this one, though. An upcoming CE that will also be very good is Aerial Drive, or Aerial Dive. I think it's this Halloween, actually, and it's just super good on her, because I think it gives like NP damage, Buster, and starting NP, I believe, so kind of everything she wants, because she doesn't really care too much about crit damage. She's more of that NP damage / Buster damage person. And of course, things like Limited Over Zero will do just fine, and many CEs with a 50% starting charge are also nice, just so she can start off NPing and pretty much do what she's got to do. Moving on to the team comp. Alright, and Merlin Waver are absolute monsters with her. Merlin for the Buster memes, obviously, and Waver for the consistent NP gain to help her consistently loop her NP so she can just fire it off. After that, you're just looking at anyone who can increase her damage, and she doesn't have a built-in Buster buff. Shakespeare is great. Shakespeare with his NP gain and his Buster buff helps out a lot. Very good servant. If you haven't leveled him up yet, go do it. Go do it. Quartz is also nice to run with her. You kind of cover some options there too, because now you have a rider. They're both Buster, 2 arts, 2 Buster NP. Quartz can further buff her, and then she can further buff Quartz, so it's kind of like, depending on who you need to fire off their NP, you can pretty much switch between them. And just to talk about one specific character with them, it's going to be a little interesting, I guess. Hijikata and her, so they work pretty awesomely together. The guts provided by Nero actually lets an ally survive at 1 HP. So, if you guys don't know, Hijikata's whole thing is that when he's at the lower HP he's at, the more damage his NP will do. So, being at 1 HP means he will be doing the maximum amount of damage. I haven't actually calced any of this stuff yet. I don't even have a level 90 Hiji yet, but I would like to see the numbers on it, and I think it would be a really fun way to use Hijikata. Join the Shinsengumi guys. But I think the damage potential there is pretty strong. It is still like hard to use because, of course, you need to die and not get hit again. So I'll see what I can do with that. And if I do end up pulling Summer Nero, well, here's hoping. Here's hoping. And one more thing, just to throw another character in there to run with her is Helena. The all card buff is super useful because that'll increase her arts cards, which increases her NP gain, which once again helps her NP again, along with, of course, 20% NP for the whole team. Helena is a great support, only overshadowed by the 5 stars, obviously, which makes sense. Alright, so now, should you pull for Summer Nero? Honestly, Summer Nero is one of the best, if not best, multi-target casters. With all the buster support we have in the game, she does extremely well, even though she has that caster modifier. As long as you're looping her NP, you'll just see waves disappear with good old Umu. So in my opinion, yes, she's worth pulling, especially for those of you who have a lot of trouble with assassins. I know even if you have Zerkers, assassins can be a little annoying because they do charge their MP very fast. So she's a great fit for anybody who has trouble with that, or if anybody just needs another multi-target character, Summer Nero, it's a great way to go about it. So yeah, hope this little video, my monologue, whatever you want to call it, helped you guys out a little bit. If it did, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Caster Umu. Hopefully you guys end up pulling her. You'll see our pulls coming up soon. Otherwise, you know what? This has been Durka, Whataweeb, and sayonara.